Unified Defense, and this is my reaction to Civil War. So, I just went and saw this movie. It was like 2 days ago. And this movie, I heard other people talk about on YouTube, wasn't really referring to one party or the other. And what I saw seemed like they were referring to a specific party. So, in the beginning, first off, the president, he's there, he comes out, he's talking, and he's using terminology like, this will be a victory like it's never been seen before. This will be the greatest win like that's ever happened. Clearly using terminology that Trump uses. Next thing is he had on a red tie. Now you say, I might be reaching, but it's a fact. Democrats usually wear blue ties and Republicans usually wear red ties. Now he had a red tie with the little swirls on it or whatever, but it was a red tie. Okay? So that right off the top hit me. And if it hit me and I heard other people in the audience kind of like, hey, like you could tell it hit them too. So if it hit me, it's hit other people too. So clearly they were directing this movie at Trump. It seemed like it to me. That's what I'm saying. You could say, well, maybe I don't think it's like that. That's your prerogative. I'm just saying how it made me feel personally, and that's all I'm sharing with you. You could take it or leave it, but that's what I personally felt. Then in the end, just doing the president part, when they had caught him, the journalist asked him, can we get a quote? He said, please don't let him kill me. And he just jumped back and they just stood over him and just lit him up, killed him. And then they were taking pictures with him like he was a deer, like a trophy kill. Now, in what planet would you ever think that they would take a picture or act like they're shooting Biden? It's not going to happen. They're not going to do something like that. So I really feel that they were 100% focusing on Trump. As for the movie itself, should you go watch it? Like I said, the movie, you see what I'm saying? So you really got to watch out for that because you think it's all peaches and cream and it's all that. Like everybody, if you're on this side, you're the good guy. If you're on that side, the bad guy. Well, there is lines. There are certain lines that have been drawn and certain things you need to stand for, like your basic human rights and stuff like that. But there are going to be those that are going to abuse those rights and they're going to treat other people like bad. So basically what the guy was telling him was when he said, it's like, hey man, we're Americans. It's like famous. It's all over. People use that scene. And he's like, but what kind of American are you? And then the guy told him, well, he asked the other guy, the Asian guy, like, hey, where you from? He's like, I'm from Hong Kong. He said, China? He said, yeah, China. Blah! Just killed him. And I know for your rights, if there was a civil war stuff, you don't just murder people because they're from other countries. I don't think. I mean, some people want to do that. That means they were just evil from the gate. Don't want to just murder anybody. The fact is that you stand up, you fight for your rights, and I think that's what it should be about. But it just goes to show you that civil war is something that nobody should wish for. Nobody should want. I was thinking about a Bible verse, and a lot of us and people that believe in God and are Christians, they were like, man, I want Jesus to return. I want the tribulation to come. I want the world to end. I want the rapture to come, or whatever, if you believe in there's a rapture. So there's a scripture, I don't remember exactly where it was at, but what it says is, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord, for it's going to be like a fearful, horrible day. So it makes me think of the same thing with the Civil War. Some people are like, yeah, I'm ready to fight. I'll go. I'll get my AR. I'll get my AK. I'll get whatever. I'm going to do this and that. I'm ready to go. But you have to understand, it'll be, however you want to put it, fighting for our rights and stuff like, but you will be killing Americans. And they will be killing Americans. And it will be bloody and it'll be ruthless, and you'll have people doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, murdering, raping, pillaging, because that's what happens in war. No matter how good somebody says, it only takes a few bad ones, and trust me, there's a lot of bad people and all over this country. You know what I'm saying? Just because they say they're this or that don't mean nothing, because when you give them power, what will they do with it? Are they going to be honorable? Are they going to stand true to God and what's right and for our rights? Or are they going to abuse those rights? Are they going to abuse other people? So those are things you're going to have to think about. It's not good. So if any of you are wishing for a civil war or hoping, Don't do that because it won't be good. It's just going to be a lot of bloodshed and a lot of people dead. And in this movie, it does show you that people are dying. They're dying. It's war. It's brutal. It's ugly. It's not good. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? So some people might be military. So well, sometimes you have to fight. Sometimes we do have to fight. Yeah, I know that. But if you've been to war, you know that the casualties and the bloodshed is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes it's necessary, it's still horrible, and we don't want that for nobody. So, we just want our rights. We just want us to do well. It's no coincidence that this movie is put out right before the 2024 election. It's coming up, and they're gonna drop this movie. I think that it's kind of crazy they would put a movie out like this with all the stuff that's gone on, and then another thing in the movie too that you have to really look at is that almost every single gun used in the movie, I seen a Glock I think one time, and then I seen a heavy duty machine gun a couple times, but the main rifle that you're going to see, not an AK, not anything, you're going to see AR-15s. It's like they purposely make these into weapons of war. Everybody's using an AR, M4. It's all across the board. So it's like they really push the narrative that this is a weapon of war. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they have no AKs? Everybody that's fighting is not going to have an AR-15. Everybody doesn't have. People are going to have 30-06s. They're going to have AKs. They're going to have hunting rifles. They're going to have shotguns. They're going to have all kinds of. They're going to have all kinds of handguns. But they didn't show that. All they showed was AR-15, 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 because they're pushing a narrative. So if you do go watch this movie, keep your eyes open in the beginning and really watch how they're portraying the president and how they're making him sound, and just really trying to get their digs in. I really feel they were. Do I recommend you go watch this movie? I recommend you go watch it, not because it's a great movie, but because you need to see the imagery. You need to see the death. You need to see the shooting, the killing. It's war in America. America's fighting Americans. So it's something that you need to see, because that right there is shocking. We're surrounded by enemies. We got so much stuff going on, and then yet to fight one another like that. The Democrats need to watch it too, and they need to back off. They're really pushing this bad. You know what I'm saying? I really look at them like, you guys need to cut it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're like trying to stir stuff up, and they always try to blame Trump or Republicans or conservative. Nah, you guys are doing it. That's why you're so psycho and crazy about stuff and screaming and hollering if anybody says. It's really bad. And the cold part about it is if something bad happens to Americans, it happens to Americans. It's going to happen to the whole country, not just one spot. Sometimes people don't care. Sometimes their agenda is completely wicked, and they already know that it's going to hurt a lot of people, and their agenda is to hurt people. So that's how it be sometime. So the movie, watch it. Watch it not because it's a great movie, but watch it because it's going to show you what's really happening, like how ugly it really can get. Now let's watch this part, and then let's talk about it.
But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. Look, we're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
That was a cold scene right there. And it doesn't show that he's killing people. He killed that guy. And then the other guy, like I said before, he finds out. He asks him, where you from? He says, I'm from Hong Kong. He said, China? He said, blah, sprayed him, killed him. So it's clear that they're depicting these guys as conservatives. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that are pro-Trump, pro-gun, and pro-America. So what they're basically saying is, if you're pro-American, you want to kill other people from other countries. That's what you want to do. I mean, that's what we wake up to do every morning, which is a lie. We want to kill people from other countries. We just want to protect our own country, and we want to protect our own rights. And you see, once again, they're depicting the people that are Republicans or conservatives like they're just full blown murdering killers, psycho, whatever. So if you watch the movie and you think that the narrative of the movie isn't geared towards, you know, pointing towards Trump supporters, you would be wrong, because it's definitely not pointing towards Biden supporters. You say, well, why do you say that? Because Biden supporters are not going, they're not going to put them up there like that. What kind of American are you? They don't ask questions like that. They don't even care about America. They're not going to ask you about America at all. They're going to ask you, what gender do you claim? What is your preference? That's what they're going to ask you. And if you say, well, I am a straight man and I have a family, blah, that's what you would be killed for with that. But not all people, even on that side, are like that. But do you see how it would be if you referred to other people like that? So either way, if you're referring to one side or the other, you're trying to depict them as killers. This movie has a narrative, and it has a little sneak dissing type thing to it, to where it really is pointing out that people that are pro-American, they're patriots, they believe in our country, that we're the bad guys. That's really what it's pointing out. So, like I said, watch the movie, think about it for yourself, be your own person, you know? Think about it, whether you're Republican, Democrat, whatever, you know? Because for me, I'm not just looking at it like, oh yeah, you know, the Democrats, I'm not on nothing like that. I'm on truth. I'm on what's right. And I'm on keeping our rights. That's it. So think of it like that. If you're a hater, you just automatically, I don't care, well, this is who they are, this is how they are. Well, those are the people you got to watch out for, because those people are the problem. Holy Fire Defense, like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought.